Quirky behavior, multi-segment grid, and the crop boundary. This crop boundary is turned on, and it's obviously visible in this case. The grid object that I'm using has a type setting where both ends should be showing the annotation circle or text. The interesting thing that happens when you move this segment, when the crop boundary comes into contact with this, or the horizontal segment in this case passes beyond, it stops displaying. But notice the annotation bubble at the top also turns off when that happens. That doesn't seem justifiable. However, pull it back, it's fine again. If I pull this end over, so this segment interacts with the crop boundary, now it's starting to adjust its position. Eventually, once the end is, that entire segment is outside the boundary, it cuts off as well. It vanishes entirely if I go above, and if I go to the right, same thing kind of happens. But for some reason, it's altering the display of the annotation at the opposite end. That doesn't make any sense to me. The grid segment disappearing outside the crop boundary makes some sense to me. I can tell Revit to stop doing that entirely if I just tell Revit not to crop the view. When I drag it around, it ignores the fact that that crop exists because it's not cropping anymore. That's really the only way to prevent the multi-segment grid from being affected by that. And I don't know how practical that's going to be for somebody who really needs to crop a view down. The bubble side of things, I think the developers need to take another look at that and see why it's being shut off. If I drag it down like this, turn on the crop view, I don't even get an option. I don't get the checkbox to use a 2D option to restore it here either. So that does seem buggy. Well, what do you think?